Once again, it's your friend Sizwe. I want to welcome you to What They Do. What They Do. What They Do. What They Do.
Curry chicken.
What They Do.
You heard that?
Now you know what they do. What they do is a place where we say what's up, what's poppin'. It's a Miami slang. In Miami, we say what they do. Today, I have a special guest. I mean, all my guests are special, but this guest is extremely special because he flew all the way from Trinidad just to be here. Goes by Kerwin, but you guys know him as Mad Hed City. Hey, yo, Mad Hed, singer, songwriter, producer, soca artist, videographer.
Yeah. How you doing, boy?
What's good, man? What they do?
Well, you know, that's what they say in Florida, but in Trinidad we say, what is he seeing?
Everything
good?
Everything is good. Everything good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you know you're Miami, so we're going to stick with what they do.
All right, so what they do?
Yo.
So talk to me.
You a soca artist?
I will say I am a soca artist, but I'm more than a soca artist. My whole purpose in terms of soca music is to add layers to soca. So basically, that's a foundation I came from. So yeah, I am a soca artist, but with different, as I say, levels to it. You know? Yes, sir.
Okay, so, all right, so cool. So, you say you're more than just a soca artist.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
All right. Let
Right?
me tell
Because
you
when
something.
men say they're more than just a soca artist,
Okay.
it kind of comes off like
All right.
soca not enough.
Well, I will say. All right. Let me keep it 100.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're about, you know? What they do is what they do.
What
but
they
what
do.
I do is what I do.
Yeah.
You understand? So I am being me.
Okay.
So when I do a song, I express how I feel and how I want the crowd to connect to my energy and my vibration. So Mad Hed City is a different type of sound, but yet still it's very familiar when it comes to our culture. So you can hear the essence of soca music, you can hear the essence of reggae dancehall, even hip hop, and also electronic music.
Yeah.
So that's really my background. So I started off doing dancehall from school, and my first song that I have ever recorded professionally was a soca track.
Okay.
And my first experience on major stages was in soca.
Okay.
So I have to say, I am a soca artist, but I add layers to it now,
Okay.
you know? That's basically
Layers. So he's saying layers like a cake layers, like a onion layers, like
Yes. Like a cake layer, you know? For me, music, I see music as colors, right? And if everything was just one color, it would have been boring. It's just like how much time you could eat pilau for the day or for the week. You know, sometimes you want to mix it up with a little this and that. So my thing is, my ambition is to bring something, a extra bit of seasoning and a little spice to the culture. So folks could be like, wow, we really have a lot of talent coming from the West Indies. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
so in finding who you are and doing what you do, that took you to the UK.
Okay. All right. Finding who I am, doing what I do, took me to the UK. Yes, it did. So, ask the question. What do you want to ask?
No, I want you to expound on that. How did you
All right.
reach to the UK and then that experience?
Okay. So, first thing first, for all those, this is my camera here, Mad Hed City. What's good? For all those who are looking and checking me out, Trinidad and Tobago is the home, but UK gave me a brilliant profile. You know, the UK is like, how I should say, a hub of culture. And what happened, I always used to explore with the sound I have. And my thing is, I always wanted to create something different, as I said, and an opportunity came to travel to the UK with a couple of friends of mine. You familiar with Just Now, right?
I am very familiar.
Right.
Yeah. Big up to Keshav.
Right. Now, you see, we come back to Soca. They are Soca producers. And I connected with these guys, and we went to the UK in the year 2013.
Okay.
And from there to now, we did a lot for the culture by integrating the bass culture with soca music.
That's
and
drum and bass.
Not just drum and bass, we created a whole different genre.
Okay.
And it inspired a lot of people. I've been honest, I share these stages with Major Lazer, Skrillex. Now, although into EDM, they will understand what I'm saying. Share the stages with these guys, and they have a different sound.
All right, and for those who don't know, what is EDM?
Electronic dance music.
Okay.
So it's like the umbrella for different music. Now, EDM, under the umbrella, we have Amapiano.
Okay.
We have, Afro beats was under that realm too, but it's more like house music, drum and bass, UK garage. Once there's even trap, once there's like the heavy bass and electronics, it comes under the umbrella of EDM. Now, in the States, in Florida here where we at, they say EDM.
Be careful, we're not in Florida. This is Miami. You got to get it right. Right?
And I think from the Caribbean.
I talked to you about that.
I from
Wait a
the
second.
West Indies.
You're not allowed to just control the show. Right?
All right.
I talked to you.
Yes, we in
about
Miami.
Florida and Miami. This is Miami.
This is Miami? All right. Well, let me make it easy for the listeners. We in a foreign. We in foreign, right? So right now we in foreign.
Yeah.
So when you touch foreign now. So electronic music, like what you will hear played in Ultra Music Festival and these things, is like, they call it that. And it is that. But then now they have techno, and they have all different types of genres under that umbrella. So for a person who understands the culture, I kind of respect it to name each part of it.
Okay.
So it's like a body, and they have different limbs and everything that makes it what it is. And coming from Trinidad and Tobago with the influence of the whole diaspora, the Caribbean, we created a genre of that. So my thing is to push that sound and bring that song out even more and inspire folks to tap into that world.
And what is that genre called?
Good question. Good question. Basically, it's like, you know what? I have many names to put to it, I was going to call it sub-soca, but then my friends Just Now, they actually wanted to run that energy on that name. But you know what? I want to leave that name part there for now. But what I'm working on right now is just inspiring with the sound, because it's not just soca music. Like, there's a record that I've produced, also with a fellow producer from Germany called High One. And this record is with a known reggae icon called Singing Melody. You know this song? Jump on, you're dead before you spread. You shouldn't have this a champion sound. No. So now, we took that song with Singing Melody's blessing, and we produce the same bass culture. It has the influence of drum and bass. It has the influence of soca. It has all of these mixed in, and it feels good. The thing is, bro, it's kind of easy to describe, but yet still a little hard to describe. You just have to feel it, and you have to hear what we're doing. So basically, I had a chat with Walshy Fire once, and Walshy Fire said, look, you know what? We go and blur the genres. So there's no real genre what there is, but it's just a feeling you get, and I think that is what we bring. When I say we, because there's more folks who playing in this world.
Okay, because I was going to ask you, are you the Ras Shorty Eye of this genre, But maybe that's an inappropriate way of putting it, given, your explanation now?
Right now, I will say I am like the I wouldn't say I am the first, but there are guys who were there before, but they never really come out and champion it.
Mm.
They were still afraid, and what I plan to do and what I'm doing is being that brave soldier. And you know when you're running point, you're always alone
Mm-hmm.
because I'm stepping into waters that's different. Familiar places, but yet still you're different.
Yeah.
So now, that's what's up, basically. I am actually being a brave one to put my career on the line and say, look, you know what, I doing this. Like, go ahead.
When I think about UK music scene, I think I don't and because I'm ignorant to it, I guess I think grunge and dark.
Grunge and dark. That's because when I was over there, I spent like, now this is the thing, I respect culture so much, right?
Yeah.
If I had to understand it, I will go and dig deep in it. If I had to do reggae, I'll connect with reggae artists. If I have to do, well, I'm connected with Soca. So in this world now, I took time and I went to connect with grime artists like Jammer from Boy Better Know. The UK dancehall King Stylogy. And what I've learned, when you say you think grunge and grime and dark, that's basically, I believe it's because of the weather.
Okay.
Because in the UK, it's always rain and it's always like gray skies most times. They have beautiful summers and stuff like that, but that tends to bring out that side of people. Because look, hey, I'm from the Caribbean, you're from Florida. I just plain, you're from Miami. Yeah, so anyways, we from a place where there's a lot of sunshine, and you could tell by the way how we express ourselves. We're from the Caribbean, you could tell that soca music is a happy, colorful kind of energy, you know? Over there is that. But then, most of the time, is a lot of rain and a lot of heavy clouds blocking the sun, so it brings that kind of... Everything has its texture to it, so that's where that energy comes from. I believe it's the weather.
But it can't just be the weather, right? Because there is a styling, right? Like, to be
All right, let me go deeper.
for all intensive purposes,
Okay.
you should know that my video, Trouble,
Right.
was shot by Mad Hed City.
Oh yeah,
in
I did
Trinidad,
that. I did that video.
Right? Well, I said you were a videographer,
Oh yeah.
right? Don't play like,
Yo, it's kind of let people know all the hats, man.
all right?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
it was shot to me
In that style.
in that styling.
Yeah.
I mean Trinidad, and you know, right? So
Right.
there is a
Right. No. Dirty is clean. Dirty is clean. A lot of people tend to play by the rules too much, I believe. And how I did that video, honestly, I did that video based on the energy I got from you. So basically, you directed that video. So y'all go to check out Sizwe's song Trouble, and you'll see that music video that was done. That was in one night.
one night.
And we knocked that out, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
So the energy I got from you, I just brought that energy back to you. That is what you was asking for. You was telling me that when I listened to the song. You know what I mean? But the song had to be a handheld video. A lot of people film videos on gimbals now. It was supposed to feel like that, real. You know what I mean? And energy. So that's what brought that style. In the UK, there's a lot of videos like that, I must say. But that is just one aspect of it. There's so much more I want to share with what I've seen and been inspired to. And also, I must give Big respect to Tom Swindle. He is one of the best videographers I've ever met. And Nigel Spinks from out of the UK. Tom Swindle, he does stuff with National Geographic and all these things. And he came and he shot music videos in Trinidad. Like we did the video for Bunji Garlin, Big Bad Soca.
Okay.
And then
Wow.
he did a couple more other videos filmed in Trinidad, but for UK artists like Red Light. But he filmed in Trinidad. And what his style, what I learned from him is like errors feel good. Sometimes is as I say, the dirt is what you want to show. Nothing needs to be too polished. And when it's too polished, it feels fake. So your video was real. And that's why a lot of people connect to it. You know what I mean? And I took that energy and I put it in my way, on my style. Actually, right now, I have to shoot a music video in Jamaica. So guys flying me out to Jamaica to shoot a couple music videos and business running in that aspect.
Yeah.
And that's another side of the game I never knew I would have been doing, but here it is.
Yeah. And before we talk about finding a space where you might have to pivot in your career, right? I want to ask you about how you were able to find, coming from Trinidad and going into this large place called the UK, and find a space, a lane for you to create, and then actually be a contender, somebody to contend with in that space, all the way by way of Trinidad.
How I did it?
Yeah, how were you able to do that?
Coming back again, just being brief, you know, and unapologetic. What it is what it is. Either you like it or you don't like it. Let me show you this, right? The last carnival season in Trinidad, I released a soca track called Liquor. The track wasn't played on much radio stations, but the track was a really good track.
Tough, hard.
Right? So check this out. Opportunities came. I said, you know what? I'm going to use the stage as my radio. So I started to do venues. And that led me into performing at a fete, well, a couple fetes. And before me, my performance was Voice, just before my performance. And right after was my big brother, Skinny. So I'm in the middle here. And you know what I did? Came out, introduced myself, say where I'm from, travel the world representing the culture in the UK and different parts of Europe. And now I'm here to bring some traditional for you guys. There was a heckler in the crowd. Man, bring thing, you know. You better bring it. I say, eh? And I point at him. I say, watch this. Yes, you ready? And I run the track. He was like, whoa. Now the people started questioning, how come down and playing on radio?
Yeah.
Well, you know how the scene goes.
Yeah.
And then I say, all right, I have them. I say, hold on, pull up. Let me give you something that go and fuck up all your brain right now. And then I played a track that I produced with a guy called Sam Interface in the UK, featuring Bunji Garlin. And the name of that track is called Wave Something. That track was never played in from my understanding, not played in the Caribbean, man, played in Trinidad and Tobago. But that track was one of the biggest tracks for the last year summer in the UK and Europe. Major stages played. Artists like Skrillex and all of these other artists played. And these are Grammy award-winning DJs. And when I played that track and they heard the soca energy in it with the electronic, it turned the place upside down.
It's over.
They didn't expect that energy.
Yeah.
So with that confidence is what I took to the UK and made the UK part of my home. and say, look, this is Trinidad and Tobago, this is Jamaica, this is Barbados, this is St. Lucia, this is us, and this is what we have, and how we go and twist it and bring it in the UK. Because really and truly, let me show you a history now. It's easy, because I understand the Windrush movement. When there was the Windrush movement, that folks from the West Indies went to the UK.
So are you talking about the Windrush ship?
Yes. So when they went to
Wait
the
a
UK...
second. Because what you just said there, people don't know the history, right? So you just can't breeze over the Windrush because that's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for the Windrush, we would not have known about the Beatles. We would not know about a lot of things. Let me show you something, right? Check this out. Pull your phone or go on the internet and Google the sixth Beatle. Lord Woodbine. Take him a credit. I show a lot of people that energy. There's a couple of soca artists who don't know about that. And I told them, hey, check this guy out. Shout out to my brethren, Galen.
Yeah.
Big up to everybody on the inside. Because them is the ones who pushing that same knowledge too. They understand it. Lord Woodbine left Laventille. Went on the Windrush and went to Liverpool. And in Liverpool, he used to perform calypsos. Yeah, calypso music in pubs and these things. And there were a couple of guys who wanted to learn about calypso. So he taught them calypso. And they used to follow him around. And everything he did, they kind of, they imitate the whole style. Couple years after, the same guys were the Beatles. So the Beatles learned from someone from Laventille, Trinidad and Tobago. Lord Woodbine. He needs his flowers.
Well, didn't Kitch come across on the Windrush too?
Of course. Mm-hmm. So you see, now check this out, right? Nothing is really different under the sun, The same moves these guys made is the same move I make. I was having a conversation with the boss himself, the big man in the business, and he was giving me this story, because that man had knowledge. You had to get him on this shit.
Mm-hmm. Who's the Iowa?
Yeah, that man have knowledge. So he was giving me some knowledge on how certain things started. Could go real far with that. But what he mentioned, the pinnacle of soca, bus in Canada, with Come Dig It. When you see an artist bus is well known, diaspora is good. But when you bus and you will know you, where you on a truck and you singing Come Dig It, Come Dig It, and check what kind of genre he was singing. What genre is Come Dig It? Nothing is new. That's house music, EDM, electronic dance music. I'm ready to flow. Let's ready to go. Hey, can you hear for the Trinity party? Say yeah. Electronic dance music. So you see how soca could work, but folks running away from what is easy. Look again, big up to my brethren Stunter. He's still toying. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, Yo, all you have to do is modernize the thing and put it in your way and bring it. And I believe that is one of the missing links that folks forgot, to take soca music where it needs to be, because it's there, but it's not there.
Big up to Mad Stuntman, the original singer-songwriter.
Yes,
I like to move it. I am his MC, official MC and hype man, just to make it clear.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Take your thing, man.
It's on my...
This is nice, boy.
Yeah.
You big up yourself, boy, sis, boy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I wouldn't tell you who, because they didn't sponsor the program.
All right.
But, we'll
It
talk
is what
about
it is.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what's up. That little piece of history that you
Yeah.
gave is extremely important. I hope that people caught that. That Windrush thing is huge because that is the reason why the UK
It's where it at.
has so much Caribbean foundation, so much Caribbean
Let
influence.
me show you something. You know about UK grime, right?
Yeah.
That's UK hip hop. Who is the godfather of UK grime? Wiley. Wiley is half Trinbagonian. You understand what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the Windrush, it would have been a little different. But here we are. So now we need to recognize our people and come together and celebrate our people and push it. So it's not even about this island versus the island. It's like a people. And we need to carry ourselves that way and celebrate one another. No matter what genre they're in.
Yeah.
No matter what. Just celebrate people and push the music. And that's what's up.
Kerwin, I could call you Kerwin.
Call me anything.
Right.
Triller, Kerwin, Mad Hed City.
Why Mad Hed City?
All right. First thing first, let me ask you a question. When somebody say you're mad, what's the first thing you just say? Think about it.
Crazy.
You're crazy, right? I was getting heavy rotation on radio. I was getting all of that, and I choose to just change the direction. A lot of people say, "Boy, you going mad?" Or, boy, a good friend of mine, huge artist, shout out to him, big him up. I know he will know who I'm speaking about. He tell me, brother, we need you.
We don't.
We need you in Soca.
Yeah, but we don't.
Okay. Yeah. So we need you in Soca. So he is one of the guys who kind of push and support me a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I will tell you, it's Kes.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine. And I will do soca music, but my way. But anyways, the name Mad came from me being different. And honestly being myself. And a lot of people who actually find themselves and become who they're really supposed to be, a lot of people say they're crazy. Because if I feel like wearing an orange hat and a purple pants with a green top, that's how I feel. But you know what? There are people who believe that here what's happening, we need to match blue with this color and that color and that color, or we need to go out with black and white just to fit in. Mm-hmm. So now, who is really crazy? Mm-hmm. The one who's trying to fit in or the one who is being themselves? I consider crazy or mad someone who's doing the same thing over and over and expecting difference. I choose to do something different to make an impact. So it represents a lot. And also in the Bible, on many occasions, it said the Messiah was mad because of the things he was doing. Another thing again, as I said, when you're in point position and you're in the front, people will say you're crazy. But them looking to see what you could discover and unfold to follow up after. Because remember, I've been tapping into that EDM world. Now we have a whole bunch of artists tapping into that world right after. Yeah? But I'm saying that represents the energy and the vibe. And another meaning again for it, when you see something real cool, you say, ooh, that mad boy. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of feeling you get when you hear the beats I produce. Mad. And the songs, you say, woo, nah boy, that mad. So, M-A-D, that's mad. Head is spelled H-E-D. So that's mad, high energy detection from Trinidad and Tobago.
Mad.
Mad Hed City. And everyone who follows and becomes part of my world are neighbors in my city. And welcome to my city.
Word.
So this is me creating a different genre and a different city. So that could be the name of the genre right there, sir. Mad City. So there you go.
Mad.
What's the genre I have? Mad City. So yeah, that's where Mad Hed City came from. And you know what? Funny enough, the guy who gave me the inspiration for that name is the UK dancehall artist Stylo G. We was in Universal Records, and I was there with him. He was writing a song. And I know, you're wrong, you're brethren writing, you're throwing out 2 lines and help him. Even though you don't need the help, but you add to the vibe. And we built a brilliant track together. And within that now, he started to tease me and call me Mad Hed. Because at that time, you see the hairstyle with a lot of the younger guys wearing now with a twisty hair out. I had my hair rocking like that since 2014, 15. And he said, yo, Mad Hed. And I flipped that because we had a freestyle right after. And I say, I'm from the Mad Hed City. Women are sharing no pity. And from there now I say, you know what? I'm going to use that name. And we took the name, made the acronym, and created Mad Hed City.
You talked about being at Universal, and I think that's important. But I want to come back there by way of this, right? Because you left, you're doing reggae, soca, and started to do your own thing where you found yourself in the UK scene, and then you've come back, and then you've released a couple soca records, right? And in the beginning of this conversation, I said to you that I want to talk to you about how do soca artists find themselves in a space where they can legitimately make money, right, by way of a Sony or Universal, or is that something that can be done, right? Or is that's not the way it's done and we have to do something else?
To be fair, honestly, if I really had the answers for that, I would have been working with Sony and them fellas and them right now. But to be clear on it, I think with persistence and being yourself and being different, you could actually unlock any door you want and you could attract anything you want to you. So difference is very important. You know what I mean? So the question is, what I believe soca artists should do to get to Universal and these places?
Yeah, like is that something that we should be focused on? I think my interest is really in people being able to make a living doing the thing that they love, whether it's UK grunge or whether it's soca, whether it's dancehall.
It's UK grime, eh?
UK grime, I'm
careful,
sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. UK grime.
Yeah, respect them fellas.
Yeah, respect. Yeah. Soca, dancehall.
Yo, I believe, honestly, the direction right now someone should go is not even think about a label. Because you don't really need a label. But as I said just before, yo, if I knew, I would have do businesses with labels, release a couple singles and stuff. But to tie yourself with them, you don't really need that. Right now, we in an era where you could make a song in your bedroom and blow up tomorrow. It's just consistency, working the social media, and creating that impact. A perfect example is Young Brother. A perfect example is Lady Lava. But not just Lady Lava. The management that Lady Lava have is brilliant. Shout out to Jamaki. Brilliant guy. He understands the dynamics of it. So now your team is important. So we have a lot of soca artists with great team. Kess have a great team. Bungie. But for me, I believe with soca now, I mentioned artists from Trinidad and Tobago, right? I am from there. But there are soca artists in different parts of the Caribbean and even in the UK and different parts of the world, right? But the reason why I would mention Trinidad and Tobago, we need more artists to bust. If you don't have an influx of new talent coming, how can the genre grow from there?
What is bus? What does that mean?
Yo, bus is well known. We need people to let people know what we have. We still have a blockage from radio stations and stuff in Trinidad. If you release a song, it happened to me. It happened to me. And I've been honest. Check this out. I'm not dependent on radio. But then I look at it and I laugh. Because at the same time when I wasn't getting play from a couple of stations, now I got played from a couple others. But then I look at it and I'm like, yo, why you can't play it? The song is flawless. There's no reason not to play it. But they just don't play it because they do not know who Mad Hed City is. So how will you know who Mad Hed City is tomorrow if you don't introduce him to the world today? So they don't do it, and then they're expecting things to happen for the genre. The problem they have in soca is if I'm not benefiting from you financially, I would not help you.
But they're saying that, a lot of people saying that,
Yeah.
you ain't need the radio no more. You just need to be popping on your TikTok, and you need to be popping on your IG, and that should be good enough.
Shout out to young brother. But here what happening now. The reason why I would call a young man name constantly, because here's the thing, right? Nah, it's all right. I from Trinidad and Tobago. When mosquito bite, we watch them and say, wow, you finish? But no, on the real, thank you, yeah? On the real, right? What he has done,
Yeah.
he made himself a superstar. And he made himself the attraction. A lot of soca artists have great songs, and people are fans of the songs. They're not fans of the artists.
Okay.
So they're like, who is he again? Oh, I don't know. He sang that song. Okay, you jump, you get a wave. And when you come off the stage, that's it. So to get to that next level, you need to become that person that people are connected with. You know what I mean? So you need to share that energy that people will connect with, basically. And the new generation of talents are doing it. Even the Trinidad artists, they are doing it. Cayman 6 have a strong following that people are connected to Cayman 6 because they understand the work, their image, and these things. And that is very important to send any genre to a space where it needs to be. So you don't really need a radio per se, but the radio can definitely add. But I believe they refuse to add because they say I think the people who run certain radio stations, they still have a vintage mindset. Because check this out, right? They have a mindset where soca locks off at a certain point in time. New releases lock off by Boxing Day. No more new releases. That's crazy.
Yeah.
When they say now we don't have no more space to play new songs. They could play a new song on the hour they could do it. But they just don't do it because the mindset is locked into something that happened before. And as I say, I used to sit down with certain generals and they give me knowledge on the mafia of soca and how the mafia started. The mafia started from New York when certain people had to throw events. They paid certain people a money. Well, let me see.
So you're trying to tell me that the Soca Mafia thing is a real thing? I chose to not really bring up the Soca Mafia in this interview or this episode because we talk about the Soca Mafia a lot. But you're saying that the Soca Mafia is a real thing.
All right. What is a mafia? A mafia is a group of people that controls the industry, right? It have that. That way it is. So now, the thing is this. It have different layers, as I say, layers to this thing now. Right? There's the part where okay, if we don't benefit, you're not gonna eat. You know, you won't get a play. And it's all good. It's business, right? But then we at a stage now and a time now where we don't need that energy. Mm-hmm. I had, in the year 2000, I had a song with my brother produced by Shell Shock. So I started doing soca music with Shell Shock.
Word.
So when people ask how we could talk about that, bro, I work with the best.
Yeah.
I did the fets. I did it. And if you're not in line with that, you won't get food. And that is just how that stay. You know what I mean? Now fast forward to now, they still have the same format, whereby a certain time they lock off new music. Right now, season in Trinidad and Tobago, there's no soca playing. But it's supposed to have soca dropping constantly, not just from Trinidad local artists, but from artists, because we have Carnival in St. Lucia, we have Barbados Carnival, Grenada Carnival. And I wouldn't say that, coming back again, they have songs playing, but not the influx that they're supposed to have. So if they're pushing the genre, push it. And don't pretend like you like it when it's Carnival time and you want to do a thing. You know what I mean? Really push the thing. Give people an opportunity to change their life. That's basically it. Come on, give me an opportunity. We don't want Trinidad killer to be crying and bawling, oh God, again. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Shout out to Killer. But what I'm saying, push the thing. Because that is what we need. Watch this, yeah? You know Prince Wani tried singing soca.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get that play, Prince Wani would have been doing soca. It's like you can't win. So people don't want you in this space. But when you do something different, they don't want you to win. I will do EDM, I will go outside and do my thing. I will still drop music home. It play, don't play, it's all good. It's all love. Everybody, we line, wherever I get a beer, boom, 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 and it's that. But at the end of the day, what about the next generation of artists coming? Come on, open the gates and let people change their life. That is it. Because it's happening up the islands, you know. In Grenada, beer artists. And I love that. Because you know why? I'm on my toilet sipping whiskey. If you miss me, that is a big tune.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't sing that tune, what are you singing, boy? What kind of thing is that? That's how it is go. So I think it's a different strokes for different folks kind of thing. That is
But is that also cultural? Like,
yeah,
because Grenada has a different vibe,
right?
And them type of songs could play in Grenada. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, and Trinidad itself has a different vibe, and Trinidad soca is a different vibe.
Let me show you something, right? It's a culture thing, really. It's when you say vibe, we're not even talking about music alone, bro. Keyshawn Wilcott, he brought home a gold medal, but on his journey, he didn't really get the assistance he needed. Everybody's want to jump on the bandwagon when you win, but nobody's want to be there when you're trying to make it happen. And that is a problem, boy. Real people fight down the Trinidad artists and thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start to see them fellas merging with them top dogs, yeah, boy, you're looking good, because they want to link with the winners.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, I don't mean the people on the streets, because they're innocent, but the ones who can make an impact, that's how they flex.
Yeah.
And I actually connect with so much folks. I don't even go on social. My Instagram is 6,000 followers. I don't feel like posting nothing. I being honest, I feel like it don't make sense. But
is that life though? Is that like how life is, where people find themselves around quote unquote winners, and who they might deem as not necessarily winning, they kind of let them.
If that is life, everybody's want to be a next star winner, no?
Yeah.
Right? And everybody's want to be a part of a story too. What about those people? How much did I have? One man who did that is Pun. Pun was there when we were doing hip hop. Because I'm telling you, trying to get involved in the culture, thing get a little hard, so we switch it up. Pun was around. Pun saw a space. Pun tapped into Trinidad. Now Pun is pushing this next genre again. What's it called? Booyah. And he's doing really good. He's pushing the boundaries and he's actually adding layers to the culture. But does he get flowers? I don't think so. Because you know why? Because maybe it's an area code where you're from or how you look. And that's just how it is go. But these same gentlemen who went across to England on the Windrush, look where he come from. Lord Woodbine. He come from Laventil, Picton. And they don't speak about him in the schools. They don't give him his flowers. You don't hear about him on the media. And this man taught the Beatles everything. The Beatles everything. And you don't get any flowers. So now, it's a mix of classism, racism, all kind of isms they have going on home there. So to break that energy and send the thing to where it needs to be, we just had to continue doing our thing. Gain the leverage and then change the approach by assisting and changing it. That is the only thing I see can be done.
How important do you think it is? Because you strike me as somebody who's very knowledgeable. How important do you think it is to have history as your foundation when you're making these moves, right? I just find that some of these things that just people don't know or don't care about, don't know who are the foundations, where they come from and what they've done.
There's so much history here. That's so important. Everything you're doing right now, everything we think we're doing was already done. You know what I mean? And once you understand that, it actually makes you think like, yo, you know what? I really can get up and push this thing. The gentleman who sang Billy Ocean, Caribbean Queen. That's him, right? He's from Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Caribbean Queen. Correct me, right? Yo, look at the level he reached. And look at the kind of genre of music he did. Then now we had Callion. They had been doing pop music. That song's very close to Freetown Collective and Kutain and these guys. So now it's like the space is there, but these guys need to celebrate the ones who was there before and bring them forward. And that's what I'm doing with what I'm doing. So now I have a drum and bass, a dubstep, and Jersey Bongs remix to a song I did with Nigel Lewis. Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. And I brought that
Nigel
back.
the other day.
Hey, big up to Nigel. So you're seeing what I understand where I'm from. I understand my history. So I work with my culture. I work with not only my culture, but who inspire me. I'm working with singing melody. The next guy I want to work with is Capleton. And then I really want to work with David Rudder and these guys and bring them into your song. And I think that's what it's needing to show the younger generation, hey, you should do a little research and connect with what is important. And what is important is understanding your foundation. And once you get that, you can't stop here because you can learn a lot from him. Nigel taught me a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah. So it's very important. History is very important. The more you know from the past, the more you can do forward.
Can you say that again? The more you... What did you just say?
Okay. The more you know of your history, the stronger your future can be. You know what I mean? I didn't say that before, but I said it. The more you know of your history, stronger your future can be. It doesn't matter what genre it is. That sound like Albert Cole, eh?
It sound mad?
It doesn't matter what genre you're in. Just don't be a mystery to me. So long as you connect, you'll always gain respect. And just like that, life is a game of chess. And you always have to make sure it's check.
I hear you, bro. You know, I think it's powerful, right? I think I'm one of the guys who could appreciate some history, and because I know that I know for a matter of fact that I wouldn't be who I am had it not been for my history, right? Cultural history, musical history. You know, I grew up in a home where
A mighty Duke might be in the room. You know,
Right.
a Sparrow might be in the room. A Pretender, right? A Crow. You know, uh, these people have been impactful have been present in my life.
In your life. All right.
You understand? And you know, Jaden, my son, as I was trying to say earlier, my son, I'm proud that I could bring a Mad Hed City in his life, right? A Moto in his life, right? Classic, a Bungie or whatever, right? Like we are around and he could see, right? Singing Sandra, right? Relator, yeah, all these guys, right? Are a part of my history, and I think that that is important. And I think that oftentimes this that history of where you come from is missed, especially with some of this younger generation. We just making music, but we don't really have a foundation. And I think that I can appreciate what it is that you bring, because you bring a lot of knowledge as it relates to history, right? Because it appears to me that it's important, you know, important to you. And I think that's why maybe we relate so well. How do we, or what have we done? Is it us who hasn't instilled the need for the history to be present, right? For you to know these things, you know, or these people or these subjects, like
Okay. I will say. Okay. If you in a position and someone shows you that they don't care about you, will you care about them? If you in a home and your parents acting like they don't really care about you, you wouldn't really have that interest in what they had to say. If you're doing music or you're trying to get attention or trying to get a feedback or you're trying to get support and you're not getting that support and you find it somewhere else and they're trying to show you something, you think you want to hear what they have to say? If you're trying to get into a culture and you're not getting the pull or the support and you're doing your own thing and you're cutting and you're doing your own thing, you think them could tell me anything? That is what's going on. And I wouldn't express that for the other islands, but I could see that happening in Trinidad and Tobago. And it's when they get deeper and more mature, they realize, you know what, we should pull back a little way and see what we could connect with. But that's just for face value. But really and truly, it would not have that depth in it because it don't have the depth on top. It don't have the source coming to you. Check this out. God rest his soul, Rootsman. I did an interview with Gladiator and Rootsman, and we was talking about a record that I released with my brother, and it was not getting played, and it was on a rhythm, and on the rhythm had Marshall and Doggy Fresh. We not giving up, pum 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 pum. We had a hit record on that. But what do you consider a hit? A popular song. We had one of the best songs on the beat. But we didn't get played because it was a tough song on the beat. So now that is, discouraging as youths coming in anything and like, yo, I know first time I ever experienced that kind of energy. And that's like, I started to do my own thing. I started to flip the script. You think them guys could have tell me anything after? When I see them, it's like, yo, or you, my boy, you do me this. And it's a all your thing. It tends to spread not just an individual, but it's like, yo. So I think a lot of the talent that's coming up, they have a undertone dislike for what's going on in the culture. So they have a kind of like, yo, I'm not feeling soca. But it's not even the sound. It's just might be a few individuals moving some knobs. to kind of, hinder certain plays. And they mightn't even know what they're doing. Maybe I am not going to apologize for what I say. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it 100.
Yeah.
There's not much love out there, bro.
You see, but
And that's just it.
I hear that, right? And but I was really, not that I was really. I'm just saying, when you brought up the Windrush, right?
Yeah.
I immediately saw Kitchener.
Right.
I saw it, right? And him singing to the guy, and when they
Right.
reach, and
That
he's
was on
singing
TV, right.
London,
Right.
London,
But there's
City,
even more.
right? Huh?
Yeah. There's more.
There's more what?
All right, there's more. There were more artists that did a lot
No,
of
no,
stuff.
no. Cool. But what I'm just saying is, but damn, this one, that one, who's listening, right?
Right.
I'm not certain that they understand what the Windrush was, right? Which is why,
Okay.
like, I'm harping on it. I keep like,
Okay.
I don't think they understand. I don't think
They don't understand how big a deal that was.
how big a deal that was,
Right.
And I think that especially as soca artists,
We need to push that and share that knowledge and
yeah,
talk
you need
about
to
it
know
more.
that.
Yeah.
At least from my vantage point, and some of that sometimes that disappoints me that people don't know.
No, it's not the fault of the people don't know. The information is there, but the information is not shared correctly. Like, for example, in the schools in the school when you're doing music, they teach you how to play a recorder, right? Who you ever seen playing a recorder, traveling the world or doing anything with a recorder?
Nobody.
But why don't teach people how to play a steel pan and make that the instrument? You could change your life with that. The Guinness record holder, he played the steel pan and he doing his thing, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying, it have money in that energy, but I guess it is what it is. So podcasts like this is platforms that's needed to show folks that, hey, let me do some research and let me try to fix the thing.
Yeah.
We just had to support the thing and push it.
Yeah.
That's
Before we
basically
go, bro, I want you to talk about Almag,
it. Nicely.
right?
And that run through my brain. You see how we connected? That
Yeah.
run through my mind or no?
First, unlock your phone. If you update your lock screen settings,
All of that. Okay.
Nicely.
I want to talk about Almag and these things that you're working on, and then
All right. I'm also the director and
publisher,
publisher of
editor.
I just say director. Islemag.com, Islemag TV. So it's short for Island Magazine. And what we do is basically highlight everything Caribbean. And it's not just about music. It's about food. It's about culture. Look, shout out to Prophet Benjamin. We did a documentary on Prophet Benjamin. And we also have a lot of interviews. We did the covering of the Tobago Jazz Festival they just had recently. And we had a nice little chat with Stephen Marley, Winnie Wonder, you name it. And a lot of soca artists like even Bungie Garlin, Patrice Roberts. The thing is, Almag is not just about soca music. It's not about reggae music. It's everything Caribbean. And that's what the magazine is about. So we grinding right now. There's a lot of episodes to release.
Yeah.
And definitely we're going to put some stuff out there.
Bro, you dropped a record
What they do,
for 2024 Carnival Liquor,
Yeah, boy.
right? We have a segment on our show where we say, bring the headphones,
Okay.
right? And what we do is we try to get the artists to kind of give us a little piece, a little rendition
All right,
of
see that.
their song. So if I ask to bring the headphones,
Yeah,
are
bring
you
it.
willing to
Yeah, bring it.
touch it?
No scene. Let me do it.
Man. All right, yo, bring the headphones. Bring the headphones.
Yeah. If you full, hold it. Yo. What you say? If you keep a bull, with the liquor full. Who don't have a glass? Drink it out of a dip. But if you can't hold your liquor, you can't be me partner. Wet them with the water. Wet them with the water. If you can't hold your liquor, you can't be me partner. Wet them with the water. Wet them with the water. Hold the liquor. 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 Hold the liquor on your head. Hold the liquor. Hold the liquor. Now go down. Hold the liquor. If you can't hold your liquor, you can be with partner. Chase it around with lager. You should drink some water. Can't hold your liquor. Who falling on after? Run pick up your partner and give him some water. Keep it up full. Put it over your head. Set up. Put it over your head. Put it over your head when you're drinking. I hope you can hold it. Put it up and just hold it. Rum full up in a deep and drink all that you're drunk. They like flipper. Hold the liquor. 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 Your time. Hold the liquor over your head. Hold the liquor. Now your time. Hold the liquor over your head. Hold the liquor. If you can't hold the liquor, two couple of liquor. Got them sister when you don't slip up and sing on the Arabita. You can't hold your liquor. Two couple of liquor. Got them walking on there and shit in the road. For Alicia. My girl, hold over your head. Hold it. Put it on top of your head. Push it over your head. You see there? I hope you can hold it. Put it up and just hold it. Rum full up in a big bar and call that you're drunk. They like flipper. Hold the liquor. 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 Now your time. Hold the liquor. Hold the liquor. Hold the liquor. Now if you can't hold the liquor, you can't be me partner. Chase around with lager. All they want is look. If you keep a bull, bring the liquor full. Here why? Who don't have a glass? Drink it out of a dip. But if you can't hold your liquor, you can't be me partner. Wet them with the water. Wet them with the water. If you can't hold your liquor, you can't be me partner. Wet them with the water. Wet them with the water. Hold the liquor. 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 When you're wedding, hold the liquor. Hold the liquor. Hold the liquor over your head. Hold the liquor. Your time. Yo. Mad Hed City thing. What they do? Look, if you can't hold your liquor, you can't be me partner. Yo, wet them with the water. Hold the liquor. Put it over your head. Why not put it on top of your head? Put it over your head. You see there? I want to just hold it. Put it up and just hold it. Run full up in a day, drink all that you drunk. They like flipper. Me say.
Mad performance, bro.
Thank
yo,
you, bro.
Yo, that was crazy.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm privileged because I feel attached to the record because I think I assisted in some small way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
I don't get even feedback. I say, bro, what you think? What you think? Yo,
Yeah.
you should send it this way, that way.
Yeah. I
Yes.
want you to know that that I absolutely appreciate you, bro. Right?
Thank
I
you.
appreciate your energy, the positivity, everything with you. At least in our history of me knowing you has always been on a up level, right? Just kind of keeping it above board, above the nonsense, above the bullshit, above these things, and just trying to find positivity and right vibes. You know what I mean? I remember the day I met you is coming off a bus in Trinidad, right? And through Keshav, and since that day we've been able to link and stay linked. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So I want you to continue doing what you do. There are many people like me and others who look up to what it is that you're doing.
Thank you.
And you help motivate me and us and trying to
Anytime.
find our voices. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime, yo, you my brother, look, you make me jump on a plane and fly all the way
Yeah.
to Miami.
Yeah. Yeah.
To Miami to come and do the podcast. And yo, I appreciate, you extending the invitation, and I'm here. And yeah, and it is what it is, bro.
Mad.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah, that's what we do. Hey, yo, once again, it's your friend Sizwe. And this is Mad Hed City.
Thank you.
My name is Sizwe C. And I'll see you next time. You never know who you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? What they do.